about. Right now, everything that they've done, you could find out, most of it, it's on record. Because they keep the records because they don't want to repeat. They want the people behind them to do the correct thing. So they put down the correct, because the record they got, the stuff they got from Boss Man was semi-correct. We kill Indians this way, we do this to niggas, and it's all on the record. We done ran this game and that game, and they write down the game and what they do. Right? That's what they do. They write it all down and they keep it, because they don't want you later on to make this. They want you to know how accurate their program is, right? Where this program you use is 88% accurate from our records, and it's 88% accurate. So if you double cross 100 Negroes, you double cross 88% of them. It's going to work according to their records, right? Okay, that's the same thing they did in Afghanistan. So on top of what they did to the people the other day, where they trying to ride their planes on the wheels and get out of there, on top of that, day before yesterday, all this stuff comes out. Them, and not only that, the British and everybody else, the Canadians who was over there, they happen to keep all that too. And now everybody's embarrassed, right? And we all told everybody before they left what they gonna do with all them weapons. They gonna leave them behind for their homeboys, right? But it ain't working. It's not gonna work. The rest of the world is moving, and so they let it set it right here for the people to get, and they got it. But when the world continues to revolve, the numbers, the people, and the what have you, is all shot to HELL. What I mean to say is this. The Quran refers to وَمَكَّرُوا وَمَكَّرُوا اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. They plan and Allah plan. And Allah is the best of planners. I'm telling you, this is our time. And I'm not saying be comfortable with what we're doing, but everything we're doing is not exactly what it looks like. It's more like what we sound like. And I'm not being arrogant, but the stuff that we had to deal with, they actually beat me upside the head. I mean, they wasn't playing either. So if I say we love those people because it's a wonderful policy, because we wouldn't be stupid enough to go after them, and they sitting around the corner waiting for you because they already know. We wouldn't do that. That's dumb. That means they would take us out with like they do most Negroes. They take them out with another Negro. That's what the brother was saying on the thing, Dr. C.L. Franklin. I keep saying doctor, but anyway. Hey, everybody, not everybody, but people understood the stuff a little bit, but they didn't know how to implement it. They didn't have the courage to implement it. That's what we have. We have the courage to implement everything. Say, okay. And people be doing stuff, and just think about it. We do not get diverted. If it's anything, we keep going where we're going. We take a siesta. Right? I'm telling you. So technically, I'm going to move toward wrapping it up. Excuse me if the stuff is a little uncoordinated, but we're trying to explain the new world order, the new way things are developing, and how we all fit in it. So I'll start in the Middle East. If we're talking about Yemen, if you're talking about all those areas, whether it's Yemen, whether it's Lebanon, whether it's Iraq, all of those, Syria, whoever it is, they're all in harmony with each other. So before it was Iran by itself. Now all of those are allies. Then when you take those allies, and then when you take China and you take Russia, okay, on an honesty level, if you're talking about honesty, Russia would be below China. But China has been very successful recently. But China and Russia are in an open war against the United States. They need allies too. So during the struggle, you treat your allies pretty good because you need them. China realizes within the last week or month, with this big attack on their money supply and all of that, whatever this company is. That's right. Property. Same thing they tried on Japan. But China got options. It can rescue that and take it over. And it can consolidate. China will probably, since so many Chinese poor people and middle class invested, they're not going to let it go with all that hard work they put in. But it's not going to have anything to do with destroying the Chinese government. In fact, if they handle this right, it's going to make them look even better. All right? Whatever it is, it's wishful thinking to think that what happened in the United States with Lehman Brothers, with the same thing would happen to China. If it was another time, but this is this time. And this time, all the planning of the U.S. and all this discoveries and trying to get them run China broke is not going to happen. The second thing, Russia and China has been buying up all the gold that they can get their hands on, except without making it look like a gold rush to drive it up. So they done ho-hummed over the last decades and bought up not half the gold, not even all the gold, but a lot of the gold. Everybody knows they've been doing it. So no matter what happened, they can back any moves that they make. Did they foresee this coming? Did the Chinese foresee, 40 years ago, we got Chinaman, we just go Chinese laundryman attitude? That's what Deng Xiaoping told them. Don't antagonize them. Just be friendly and nice. And it worked. And the maddest white man you've ever seen in the world is starting about 2, 3, 4 years ago when China is not adopting democracy. I think it was 2017 when what's-the-name gave the lecture on Chinese characteristics, and they was mad. You mean you ain't going to do no democracy? Absolutely not. So then they started telling the people in Taiwan, they started having all them riots a few years after that, and what's the name? Everybody waving the American flag in Hong Kong. Shh. Yeah, ain't gonna work. All the Hong Kongers say, you gotta stop them people. They done blew. They sending people all away from here. We was getting all the money. Now, we can't hardly get no money, right? And we don't produce nothing because we're, sitting out there in the ocean, Hong Kong. But anyway, so what's the U.S. done? It's done made everything favorable for all the people that are headed in the direction that we're going in. So the Chinese have to be good because they're in a war with boss man. Boss man said, we coming to get you, China. They say, well, come on. They ought to just put a little bit more Chinese laundryman in it, just for a couple of, to put the people of America to sleep. You can't put the boss man. He already know what he going. You didn't accept our stuff. You didn't become a liberal democracy. Well, we're mad now. We're mad as hell, and we're not going to take it anymore. That's what the guy said, hollering out the window. Remember on that news, what was that? Faye Dunaway? Faye Dunaway, yeah, network. Yeah, network. That was it. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. No, it's all right. But see, the thing about it, too, is that, no, let the Chinese can't lose, but why lose extra people or have no, just say, oh, boss man, we were just playing. And then keep on doing, and then, so that's one of the things. We got to remember, we're not alone. And when I say we are not alone, that means our line is not alone. Now, I want you to remember the Negroes, the Coons, and the Arabs and everybody except the younger ones, they're not going to keep that line that they've been pushing. All of a sudden, they're going to be coming, they might come in here and push us out of the chair and start talking, Mag Bag Amdika. That's what they'll do, But even that don't make no difference. You know why? Their outline is here. They have to push the outline. And who cares? That's the difference between us. Y'all want to be famous? We didn't have, see, when you done had it already, it ain't nothing. When you know what fame and fortune do, who are the most unhappiest people in the world? The most famous people in the world. The more famous they are, the less happy. They can't get no sleep because the people follow them around taking cameras. They can't just lay out and take it easy because the people take a camera. Oh, look at what's the name got a belly. Look at how much weight he gained. The guy made it just, or the woman especially, just had 2 weeks. They wanted to eat a lot, and then they gonna run it off, But oh no, they show that picture in them crazy magazines for years. And you think it's a new one, and so-and-so is fat, right? Then you mad now. They're the most unhappiest people in the world. That's why psychiatrists in D.C. they should be making a little bit as crazy as, but you want to make big money, go out to California, to Hollywood, right? The psychiatrist, every star has a psych or two, right? So they can't fool us with they can fool 98% of the people about money, about fame, about looks and all of that, that's because they ain't never had it, right? But once you done had it, you say, man, you can't fool nobody with that stuff. Buddy. I don't know what they say, been there and done. I done that already. I already know, and I got lucky. Anyway, so the Chinese should have or they could have, if they feel like it, it's up to them. However it goes, they won't be taken out by America because America owed them money. They don't owe America, whatever it is. You're going to go down and put the bank out of it. I'm firing all of y'all in the bank. But